All right, here we go. I'm gonna try and keep this as still as humanly possible. It might get interesting, but we're gonna give it our best shot. So here's the document that I sent you. It has, I believe, about 10 boxes. It might be 9 going down. And it just is something fillable for you to come up with a plan for yourself every day. And here's my example, right? So I know for a fact that my son is gonna wake up at 7 a.m. It's what's gonna happen. I can't avoid it, so I might as well get over it, all right? So for that 7 a.m. window, my main task is going to be basically just getting ready. Okay, that's gonna include kind of me and my whole family. For any of you, if you're kind of like basically the babysitter for your group at this point, for your family, your parents are at work and you have to take care of your siblings, this is where you can eat. This is where you can get dressed. And this is gonna be my routine every day. And whenever I'm done, I can check it off. For me, I'm done for today. I did get dressed. You might have noticed in the last couple videos, I'm wearing my Servite shirt. I'm ready to go. I've eaten and my son is also ready to go. I'm set, I can start working. And then around 7:45 for me, since I am committing to posting everything you need for the day by 8 a.m., around 7:45, I'm going to do whatever my daily post is. Now, I'll probably have to prepare that the day before, and I'll get to that later in my schedule. But my daily post is going to happen in the morning so that by 8 a.m., it's ready for all of you. So that's going to be just prepare Google Classroom, right? Now, I'm not done with that yet because I'm obviously still making this video, but that's where I'm at right now. Now, for you, this is going to look a little bit different, right? For you, you might put in this subject or activity line math or biology or chemistry, English, social studies, health, whatever it happens to be. And then you can actually get really specific about the task here. So for my English class, for example, you might have a grammar activity followed by reading an act of or a scene of Romeo and Juliet. And notice how that's different. The subject or the activity is the thing that you're doing, and that might stay the same every single day. At the same time, you're going to be doing one activity, but the task is going to vary from day to day. And that's where you might fill one of these out every day, or you might fill out one for the week and you just know, okay, my subject and activity are going to happen at the same time, even though my task is going to be a little bit different. So again, this could be just 1 week or just one day. It could be something that you stick with all month. But either way, make sure that you have this down. For me, I'm going to fill one out right now, going through kind of a week, and then the next one, and then I printed out 2 of these. I'm also going to show you how to do it for like a daily one. So for me, if it's 7 a.m., I wake up, 7:45, I do my daily post. Then around 8 is when I'm going to start grading kind of all of yesterday's stuff. Anything that you turned in the day before, I'm going to grade it. I'm going to set aside for now about an hour to do that. That might vary day to day. Who knows? We're going to find out as we keep going. At 9 a.m. is when I'm going to move on to my next task, and that's going to be preparation/planning. So I'm going to start looking to the next day. What lesson do I want you guys to learn in the future? And then 10 a.m. every day is my first set of office hours. I believe this is my set aside office hours for English 1. And then at 11 a.m. I have my office hours for English 3. And that's going to take me all the way until around 11:30 a.m. Now, this is probably a little bit different for you guys, but for me, I know that this is when I'm going to do lunch, and also get my son ready for his nap. So this can be like a solid hour and a half long chunk, right? This can be my me time. I know that since I'm working at home now, there's some things that I'm going to have to do for my family to help them out that I wouldn't have had to do if I was actually at work. So I'm going to set aside an hour and a half to do that type of thing. And that's okay, right? At 1, when he goes for a nap, I'm just going to be honest. This is something that you guys are probably going to do too. I'm probably going to be at a point where, well, I'm not at work. So I'm going to actually take a break and do something fun that's just for me, right? I might watch a movie or just kind of have some fun time. And that can last for a little bit. And that's okay. That goes back to the idea that you saw in the last video is just have some fun with this. Know that, yeah, your routine is going to look pretty different. It's okay to take breaks. It's okay to do something out of the norm, but you have to stick with the plan. If I want to do this fun time, I can't move it to the 8 a.m. slot. If it's 8 a.m., I can't be going, well, I'm going to do this later in the day, so why don't I just do it now? If I start watching my movie at 8 a.m., I know I'm never going to get to any of these things that are important. I'm going to forget that they're happening, and that would be really bad. And then, especially at 2 p.m., when I say that my movie or my fun time is up, I have to move on to the next task. And this is where every day I'm going to create the next day's video, whatever it happens to be. And that's for both my classes. That's what I'm going to do at 2. And then I might at 3. That's where I might decide, okay, I'm going to check my email again. Just going to make sure I didn't miss anything. And however long that takes me, that's what I'm going to do until the end of the day. And when I'm done with that, whenever I check that off, I know that I'm done. That's when I know that I'm done. I'm going to move on. I'm not going to do anything the rest of the day. I'm not going to check my email. I'm not going to worry about any of these things. I'm going to be with my family because 3 is usually when I go home anyways. And that's okay. Just because we're working from home doesn't mean that I now have to work all the time, every day. That's not how it's going to work, right? Otherwise, I'm going to get unhealthy. My family's going to be mad at me. And me helping educate you guys is not going to go as well, all right? So here's an example that I'm going to use for you. I'm going to lay out something that might be a schedule that could apply to any of you who are actually the students. So let's be realistic here. I'm going to say 8 a.m. Again, you can have some fun. Unless your parents have a different idea, try and sleep in a little bit. But you do need to establish some form of new routine. And this is when you can wake up and get ready. Then I think it's really up to you. Here's another thing that you can do that's really fun. Say at 8:30, you want to start your first class, and say on a normal day, English is your first period. But you're like, nah, I kind of want to wait on that. I'm gonna do algebra first. And your task that day is to do unit 7.1, problem numbers 1 through 31 odd. Whatever it happens to be that day, you can fill that in for every day. When you're done, check it off. You think that that's going to take you 45 minutes, 9:15 a.m. That's when you want to get to English. You do Romeo and Juliet, Act 2, Scene 3, with the workbook page. When you're done, check it off. It's now 10 a.m. Here's where you want to take a break. Have a snack. If you even want to write down what that snack is, you want to say you're having Gatorade and Goldfish. Go for it. Awesome. Check mark, you're done. Now you move on. You do biology. Then you do computer apps. This one, you make sure to start at 10:15 a.m. Start this one at 11 a.m. Then maybe you remember, okay, for algebra, my teacher is having their office hours at 11:30. Again, that's going to vary from person to person. And you know that you really only need like help with maybe problems 7 plus 23 plus 29. And you can write that down and just remember to ask, hey, here's the questions that I had. I really got stuck on number 7 with the polynomial that I just don't know how to solve. Great, now you know to ask. It's now 12. You've already done 1, 2, 3, 4 classes. You probably have at least 2 more. But right now you're feeling pretty tired, and so you're saying, all right, I'm gonna do lunch, I'm gonna do a nap, and I'm gonna watch my TV show. Now remember this, if you say, all right, it's just 1 episode, make sure that it's 1 episode. Don't go 2, 3, 4 episodes later and all of a sudden it's 3 o'clock and you're like, well, I'm done for the day, but you've skipped 3 subjects. Don't do that. Say maybe after lunch you want to do PE/health. Maybe those can kind of overlap. Maybe you can do them together. Maybe you can do all your push-ups, whatever your assignment is. In between each health chapter that you read, say you had 3 sections that you had to read, you can start off doing your first set of push-ups, then do one of the sections of the reading, go back, do another set of push-ups, do another section, especially if you're feeling sleepy in this 1:30 p.m. block of time. You're going, man, if I read all 3 sections at once, I'm just going to fall asleep. Make sure that doesn't happen. Last but not least, 2:30, you have Spanish. Whatever you need to do for that section, and when you're done, you're done. If you've attended every office hours you need to, if you've completed every task that's in this, you've checked off every single one, and you see just nothing but a string of check marks all the way down, you'll be like, I did it. 1 day down, however many days we have left of distance learning to go, but you can walk away from this being proud and saying, I actually got up at 8 a.m., I was done by 3 p.m., I did all 7 of the subjects I needed to do, I even had some fun and took a break, I watched TV in the middle of my school day, I had a really weird snack where I dunked my goldfish in Gatorade, but today was a good day, I got everything done, and now that it's 3 o'clock, I can go and do whatever I want, I can FaceTime whoever I want, and a lot of this is because I chose not to multitask or get off track. I didn't try and do my algebra homework and play Red Dead Redemption at the same time, right? I actually committed to, I'm going to get done these tasks at these times. That's going to be the best way, again, for you not to go crazy and not to fall super behind during this time, is coming up with something like this, using the handout that I gave you, that you're using either every day or every week to come up with a plan. You can put all of your classes in whatever order you want, as long as you stick to it, as long as you follow the plan, as long as you commit to whatever the routine says, that's what I'm doing. I think you'll make it. If you have questions, please let me know. If your teacher has some specific advice, like obviously I only teach one of these classes, but if your teacher has some specific advice about either when the office hours are or a time of day that would be best for you to work on their task, especially if it's something like PE or health, and those are actually related to, well, you have to do PE like in the morning just to wake your brain up, or health, you're like tracking your meals right now, so that involves something that you do at snack and at lunch, or when you wake up and you're doing breakfast. Make sure that you're building those things into your schedule and your plan as well. It's going to be unique to every individual, but this is just a rough roadmap to get you started. So use the handout, use the videos, play it back, watch it again if there's something that you feel like you missed, and ask questions, ask for advice from all your teachers. We would love to help you come up with your plan for you.